All right, hi everyone, it's Kevin Doherty here from Dream Practice Coaching, and I wanted to shoot this video really quickly for you to help you construct a website, in particular a homepage to your website that will really help you to market your services more effectively and attract more patients or clients to your office. And after reviewing literally hundreds of websites for alternative medicine practitioners, what I see is that about 90% of them make a lot of the same mistakes that are really undermining the potential of the website. And in this day and age, I think this information is very, very important because your website really is the hub of all of your marketing efforts. It's kind of the cornerstone or the centerpiece for everything that you're doing to promote your practice. Because eventually, in some way or another, that prospective patient or client is very likely going to find your website before they come in for treatment. And they're going to get a sense of who you are and what you do and see if it's going to be a good fit for them. So your home page is really the most important page on your entire website. And in particular, the upper 1/3 of your home page is the most important area of your entire website. So it's that area that or that space on your site that people are going to see first. It's that all-important first impression. So we call this area above the fold, which means that you don't have to scroll down on your computer to see it. So for example, on my computer screen right now, you see the area on my acupuncture website that is above the fold. This is the first area that somebody sees when they click on the site. And this is the most important. So we want to make sure that this is set up very kind of strategically to connect with that person and convey the benefits of what we offer and to take them through kind of a guided process in terms of what we want them to do on our website. So I just wanted to point out a couple things here on my site and this site is kind of a good working model because it's done very well for my practice over the years. And if we look in the upper right corner here, you can see I have my phone number listed. And you know, it's amazing to me how many practitioners I see who still don't have their contact information readily displayed on their homepage. You want it there at least twice on the homepage. The next thing is the tagline, Awakening the Wisdom Within Your Body and Mind. So that's starting to allude to some of the benefits I offer, and that statement to me kind of conveys the greater picture of what I can do for people. It's a general kind of benefit-oriented statement that shows somebody that I'm going to help them on deeper levels than just their symptoms. If we scroll down a little bit more, we see that the headline of my site is Balance, Purpose, and Unlimited Well-Being. And then now you can overcome chronic health concerns, pain, and stress using the gentle, natural, and effective healthcare system of Chinese medicine. So this is really the first thing, the first couple of statements that somebody's going to read on my website. And you want to make sure that the way you structure that is showing them very clearly and succinctly how you can help them. You don't want to be focusing too much on you yet, like your office hours or your credentials. I highly recommend that you keep this conversation about them and how you can help them. So it's kind of the difference between benefits versus features. The benefits are all about your prospective client or patient. Features are more about you and the different kind of details of your practice, so to speak. So you want to focus on benefits. And generally what happens is when somebody, getting into the psychology of the average person that comes through to click to your website, that person is generally going to give it about 5 seconds to determine if they're in the right place, if they want to learn more, or if they're just going to click off or hit the back arrow and go back on Google or wherever they found you from. So you want this area to be really compelling, to draw them in, to basically magnetize them to your information and get them to stick around on the site. So the way that you do that is through writing good copy, effective web copy. And it should be curiosity-provoking, benefit-oriented, and really just connect with them. Make connecting statements that empathize with their pain and that get them to understand that you have the solutions that they're looking for. I also think it's good to put a statement that describes exactly what you do and where you do it. That's good for search engine optimization, and it's good for your web visitor to know if they are kind of contacting the site in an area that's near them, and if they're on a site that has a service or business that they're interested in learning more about. And then the last thing I wanted to point out is an opt-in form. So you want to have a way to collect name and email addresses on your website. So this way you can generate leads from the website, and if the web visitor is not ready to pick up the phone and call you yet, which most people are not, honestly, they're just out there kind of getting more information and kind of feeling things out. Well, you really want a systematic way to stay in touch with those people. And the way that you do that is you offer them something for free, and I give away my ebook here called How to Thrive in the Modern World, A Layperson's Guide to Chinese Medicine. And that way they can learn more about what you do, and in exchange, you can get their contact information and stay in touch with them indefinitely. So it might be 9 months down the road when they decide that they're ready to come in for treatment, but in that time they've been getting your newsletters or links to your YouTube videos or whatever it is. So it's very, very important that you start building your email list and having a systematic way to follow up with people that have basically raised their hands and said, yes, I'm interested in what you're doing here. So those are just a few tips that I wanted to point out on your homepage. This is really important stuff because, like I said, in this day and age, your website is really pivotal in terms of how effectively you're going to be able to build your practice, and you just want to make sure it's set up for success and, take this stuff pretty seriously because it makes a huge difference. All right, if you want to learn more, you can go to www.dreampracticewebsites.com. Where we offer a full kind of line of web development and search engine optimization services, social media services, and so on and so on. So hope this short video has been helpful to you, and just let me know if you have any questions. Take care.